Hey everyone, Gen X Fusion here, giving you a video of the newly revamped version of Dauntless called Dauntless Reforged. And I know there have been a bunch of videos out there already where individuals have talked about the gameplay and the Slayer's path and everything. Back on December 3rd, which was last Thursday, Dauntless went through a major overhaul in terms of how we conduct hunts. No longer are we doing patrols and pursuits of individual behemoths anymore. Now it's gotten a little more expansive. There's definitely some strengths to it, and then there are definitely also some issues with it as well. But before I go into that, I wanted to go into the Slayer's path because this is probably where the biggest overhaul has occurred. So with that, let's go ahead and we'll go into the Slayer's path, and I'll try to explain it to you in terms of the way I understand it. I could be wrong. I'm not completely there in having a full understanding, but I think I got an idea of how it works now after playing with it for a little bit. So let's go into the Slayer's path right now. Now with the Slayer's path, it's divided into what they call milestones. And from what I can gather, this is the very bottom right here, milestone 1. This is all the basic stuff. You know, you end up getting, you know, you get to unlock the training island, which I already unlocked a long time ago. And then you also get to unlock the Everthorn Cove as well. And after you complete that milestone on the Shattered Isles, then you go up to milestone 2, and this is basically where your weapons come in terms of smithing them and upgrading them and different things like that. Now, to my knowledge, I've already upgraded because my Slayer is level 50. Was level 50 in the previous version of Dauntless. I've pretty much unlocked almost everything on here. So with my repeaters, number 1 right over here means that I unlock the Adamant Bolt Frame 1, and basically what it does is it adds +5 power to my repeaters. And then moving on, this one unlocks the Strange Light Sights, which is a 1% critical chance. And then this one right here, unlocking Adamant Bolt Frame 2, +5 power more, so that puts it at a +10. And then this one right here is the Strange Light Sights number 2, which adds another 1% critical chance to the repeaters, so that puts it at basically 2%. And then I have not unlocked this one yet because I still have to get more combat merits, but this one adds another +5 power to my repeaters, making it max out at 15, so +15 in terms of its power. Something I definitely need to work on and try to get some combat merits for. So that's what I've been doing, is I've been working on upgrading my repeaters. Now, what goes on is that there's more here. You get to use these paragliders, and right over here off to the side, you get to, you know, as you progress along in milestone 3, you get the ability to unlock the basic frame, and you get to fly with a paraglider when you go into these various hunting sessions. And then you get to unlock more as you go through the Slayer's path. Like I said, I had gone through most of the Slayer's path already because I'm level 50 on both my Behemoth Mastery as well as my Slayer level. So I was able to unlock all these already. And then off to the right, this is where the armor crafting, there's bonuses to the armor crafting now that are involved. I still haven't completely unlocked everything yet for that. I have to complete quests and bounties and also get more, I guess you could say get more combat merits. I got plenty of rams, you know, but I need more combat merits in order to unlock more of these. So the big thing that I wanted to talk about, though, this right here on milestone 4, this is where you unlock all your loadout slots. So, you know, I've already unlocked all 5 loadout slots, and I purchased them as well with real money because I needed the loadout slots. So that's basically the Forage and Formula milestone. And then on the right hand side, there are things that you can do when it comes to your tonic when you craft your tonics, and you get to upgrade the effectiveness of each tonic on here. So you have right here the stamina tonic, you have the bulwark tonic upgrade, you have the healing flask upgrades, and then this right here is you unlock the consumable slots and everything. These were already previously unlocked, but these right here, these are extra, it looks like. And what it is that you carry more flasks when you unlock these. So once I get 750 exploration merits, I can unlock this, and what will happen is that 10%, my healing flask is basically 10% more effective when I use it to heal myself. And then as you progress it higher, you get the ability to carry even more flasks. Like this one adds an extra flask to your loadout, so that right now I have 6 healing flasks that I can use. This will put it at 7. And then this right here, 15% more healing, and then you can max your flasks out to your flask loadout to about 80. I'm not 80, 8 flasks per hunt that you go on, or per excursion. And so that's what these different tonic tiers do. But the one thing that I wanted to talk about very specifically is, it's not this one. Well, it is, part of it is this one. These are the weapons mods and everything. Now, my mods are already open. I already unlocked all the magazine mods, the chamber special, different things like that. But there's still stuff that some of you, for the beginners or the newer hunters, will have to unlock these with combat merits and everything. I've already unlocked everything because I am level 50. This right here is your elemental mastery. This right here is basically use your lantern to capture and focus a charge either from these island backgrounds. Okay, so this right here, these right here is the elemental mastery. And then right over here, as you can see, these are other tonics. These are other tonics that you can use from Granny. I'll just call her Granny. And so you can upgrade these, and it does something very similar to, it's very similar to what the other tonics are in the lower level tier over here under Milestone 4. The big thing, this right here is your elemental resistance. So right now I've got it set at, let's see, +5, +5. So 4 of these are open. So I have a 20% blaze resistance right now. And it can increase, I can increase it up to 25% once I get enough combat merits and everything for each element. So you got Umbral, Radiant, you got Terra, you got Frost, you got Shock, and then you got Blaze right here. 25% resistance is very, very helpful universally, and there's a reason why. And I'll share that with you in a quick second. And then finally, this is the one that I wanted to talk about right up here. This right here, this is the Reforged. This is the Reforged milestone. It's milestone 12. So basically what you do is, I'm doing the repeater path. And so what happens is I've already unlocked this portion by reforging my repeaters. What happens is that your repeaters, or any weapon that you have, maxes out at level 20. This is from the original Dauntless. It all maxes out at 20. But what you can do, because everybody has reset and is starting off basically from fresh, you have these things called Aether Hearts and Aether Hearts that you can use to reforge your weapons. And what will happen is it resets the weapon to level 1, but it gives it what they call like a reforging bonus. And so what that means is that the more you reforge your weapon after you complete it and get it up to level 20, the better the bonuses will be. And so what happens is that when you do your first initial reforging, like I did right here, I was able to unlock this empowerment. And this empowerment basically gives me a 1.5% movement speed no matter which weapon is being used. So I don't have to be wielding repeaters in order to have this 1.5% weapon speed. That means I get to move faster. So as I continue to reforge my repeaters, See, after I get, as you can see, I've already reforged it twice, and I'm trying to go to my third round. So what will happen is that I'll qualify to unlock this after I've reforged my weapon 3 times. Once I unlock this empowerment, it gives me an extra 1.5% movement speed. That means I'll be running 3% faster than any other individual on here who would not have this empowerment or this bonus. And again, this unlocks everything in terms of, it doesn't matter what weapon I'm wielding. I could be wielding repeaters, I could be wielding the pike, I could be wielding chain blades. As long as I've already reforged my repeaters a certain number of times, which would be 3 on this particular set for empowerment number 2, I will be running 3% faster than anybody who hasn't done this. So what happens is that as I continue to unlock my repeaters and empower them, it's always going to give me a 1.5% movement bonus. So this, when I hit empowerment 4, I'll be at 3% faster. I'll be at a 3% faster movement speed. And then this would put me finally at number 5. It would put me at, basically I think it's 5.5% faster than the regular person. So that's pretty cool and all, but I'm not really too hip on movement speed. It's not necessarily my thing, although it could be useful because when you're running on the island and maybe you can't use a glider for one reason or another, you know, that extra speed is very helpful. I think the thing is that you want to start unlocking, and this is my advice, you want to start unlocking perks or bonuses that are going to really help you a lot. In the Slayer's Path, right here in the Reforged area, like I said, this bonus, this 1.5% movement bonus, is going to benefit you no matter what weapon you're using. So if you unlock it and reforge your repeater and you get this 1.5% bonus, you can wield your chain blades and you'll still have that movement speed bonus no matter what. So I'm taking a look at some of these, and some of the things that I want to do is I definitely want to raise certain things. Like I want to raise up my weapon charge rate. You know, that is a big thing. I want to raise my weapon recharge rate because that gives it the empowered mode, and then I can do extra damage when I use the power mode or the I guess the overpowered heavy shot on my repeaters. So a 2% weapon charge bonus rate makes it recharge faster, and I like that. So I might invest in doing this. The second thing is this one. What is it? Gain a 1% power no matter which weapon is equipped. So when I think I interpret this as 1% power, that means damage, but I'm not quite sure. That's a big thing too. I know that I need to add the damage abilities to my repeaters as well. This one right here is a 3% weapon stagger damage. So when a behemoth is staggered, it adds 3% per hit, a 3% bonus. So that is helpful. And I have to choose and figure out which would be best in terms of how I want to customize my character in terms of how everything revolves around me wielding repeaters. This right here, gain 2% stamina cost reduction no matter what weapon is used. That means like when I dodge or anytime I do anything that causes me to use stamina, I use 2% less stamina when I'm doing something that would cause me to spend stamina. So that's helpful too. And that's on the chain blades. So I might work on the chain blades just to raise this up by either maybe 4% or 5%. That would be super helpful. 4% is just a big thing right there. 6% would be even better. This right here, you gain a 3% weapon wound damage no matter what weapon is equipped. That means that you just had 3% weapon wound damage. That means you can do damage to wounds. 3% more damage. And then finally right here for the strikers, 1% attack speed. This is big because I need attack speed when it comes to my guns. Although I could probably get away with not having it increased, I could probably increase it artificially through tonics and also through using prisms. But to naturally have the ability, I mean, that would be if I were to unlock everything, that's a 5%. That's a 5% a bonus to the attack speed that would be just native to my character without having to have extra perks or tonic or anything like that. So I have to figure out what I want to unlock and how it will best benefit me as a gunner. So that's it. And then finally there's, hey, the big thing right here, unlock Reforge. When you reach level 20 in weapon skills, you can take 100 Aether Sparks, visit the Spark Forge, and condense the essence of the sparks into an Aether Heart. And the process will reforge your weapon skills right here. So that's what that is. The rest of this stuff, I guess I'll have to explain later on. I think right now, I've already spent 15 minutes trying to explain this. So what we're going to do is, I think we're going to just do a quick hunt. And I think the hunt that we're going to do, just to show what this all looks like, we're going to go to the hunting grounds. And I think I am going to do, is it Hades Reach? Let's see, that's Hellion, Embermane, or was it Cape Fury? Let's see, that's Stormclaw, Moonreaver Shark. No. Was it Underval Defile? Maybe it's yep, there's Charog. I think this is the one. So we're going to go ahead and do a hunt on here, just so that you all can see what this all looks like. The interesting thing is that you're going to end up on a very big island, to say the least. Or you might end up on a fairly small island, depending on the map that you end up on. The cool part is that up to 6 people can be in the same island together, and you can all band together and just hunt one monster after the other if you want. And then there are also different events that can occur on that island as you're hunting, and then those bring in some stronger behemoths in which you can take those out, and then you get these bonuses, you get these extra rewards, or what they call combat merits. Here we go. I don't know who's on this island. Right now, if you take a look, my weapon is level 16, and I'm on my second Reforge. So let's find out. It looks like there's one. I hope there's not just one person here. That cannot be good. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Looks like there's at least 3 others. That'll be good. I'll just join up with them for a brief moment, and so that you all can see the changes that have occurred. Looks like oh, that's a supply. Okay. So what happens is that you don't have to leave the island. You can actually change your loadout right here. It will expire after a certain amount of time, though. So let me see if I can find where the rest of this group is. I don't know why I ran up this way, because I know there's no one up here. So let's head this way. I think they're all over here, and it looks like they might be fighting. Wow, look at that. That looked intense. Who is that? Oh, it's the Spore-struck Embermane, of course, from the Terra escalations. How nice. Alright, let's just see if we can help take him down for now. There we go. Wow, they took him down quick. Well, that was fast. That was definitely fast. Okay, let's see where these guys are going to go next. I'm just going to follow them around and see what happens. So far, so good. Huh. And you could have up to 6 people on each island and hunting together in this cooperative environment. Ah, there he is. Oh, it's another one of these Embermanes. like a Terra Embermane of sorts. Missed him. So far, so good here. I think. I don't even know if I hit him. That was terrible. Oh, he's down. 85 experience. Okay. So far, so good. I am almost at the halfway point on level 16. That's a good sign. See, on the lower bottom right there where you see... Oh, I got a bounty completed. Where you see my repeater, it says level 16 on the bottom of the screen. And then there's a number 2 underneath it. That means I've already reforged my repeaters twice. And so I'm going to attempt to reforge it a third time once I hit level 20. So I am almost there, which is really cool. And then I also completed a bounty or a quest. So I need to cash that in because that is going to be very helpful with me being able to level up my repeater. And that's how the glider looks. So Legend of Zelda, huh? Okay, let's see if we can take this Charog down. Excuse me, sir. Wow, he just... Okay, dodged him and he didn't even... Just kept coming. Stop coming, I'm not doing anything to you. I'm the weakest one here. Ugh. Someone needs help. Let's see if I can help this person out real fast. Go. That was some fair damage. Missed. One thing's for sure, these behemoths move. They move differently and they're faster in some ways. And that's the other thing. My armor is so much weaker. When you reforge, you're basically starting over from scratch again in some ways. Although you do start off higher than before, than if you were in the beginning. But still, it's like, it's rough. It's very rough. And I'm still trying to get the hang of this stuff. Oh man, see, look at that. I just went down. That was terrible. That was terrible. Well, he went down now. Okay, so I'm at 887 experience. That's not bad. Let's continue and see where these guys are going to. After all, this isn't about me and looking good. It's about me showing you all what this new thing is like. See, before, after you hunt a behemoth, it would just basically end. It doesn't just end. You just keep going around and you just keep fighting. You can continue to hunt to your heart's desire. So I think that's one of the good things. Oh, there's an event or something happening over there. Oh, Can you believe that? What happened to my glider there? That's called falling to your doom. Let's try. Let's just take the bridge and play it safe. Right? Because that was quite embarrassing. Entering combat area. So this is an Aether Surge. It's an event. We have to wait for the other Slayers to show up. Oh no, not these minions. I hate these things. These things are so irritating. These things are a pain when you're fighting other behemoths, because they can just jump on top of you and do you in. I wonder what behemoths are coming. Something's coming. Oh, Riftstalker, of course. Oh gosh. Alright. Gonna have to use my regular revive on this. This is what happens when you don't have... See, you can't just hunt anything, and you got all these different monsters coming up, so you can't just sit down and kind of prepare for one specific behemoth, because there are multiple behemoths, and usually what you do is you equip armor or something that's going to cater towards that behemoth. But you can't do that necessarily now, because now there are up to 5 different behemoths on an island, sometimes even 6, and they're all different elements. And so trying to figure out, okay, well, what's the best element that I could possibly do? What's the most universal one? That's really difficult to try and figure out. It's like now you really do need to find a really good universal loadout. There we go. Let's just see if we could take this guy down real quick here. Oh, did some damage there. Alright, took him down. Well, that was cool. Where am I at now? 994 experience. That's not bad. I'm over halfway, or yeah, just over the halfway mark. There's still more to do here. Ugh. See those roly-polies, man. They are so irritating. They can one-shot you if you're not careful. What's that? Oh gosh, okay. So that's Karabac and... yeah, that's Karabac. And it looks like Kashai. Oh no, it's not Kashai, is it? No, it's Embermane. Okay. Let's deal with these guys the best way we can. Oof. Let's hope I just don't get myself killed in the process, huh? Ah, that hurt. Someone's down. Whoa. Uh-oh. Oh, that's one down. Cool. Where's that Carabac at? Ugh. Ouch. Yeah. Uh-oh. People are down. Let's hope I don't get messed up here. There we go. It's one down. Ugh. Let's help this person up. There we go. Someone's down again. Okay, let's see. Come on, guys. Let's take this thing down. Got him. That was close, and I was almost down. That was crazy. So, as you can see, this is what it is that you can stay on as long as you like and hunt as long as you want on each island. Let me go ahead and get this reward, and then I'm going to exit out into Ramsgate. But this is basically the basic format of what it looks like. This is the biggest change, and I'll show you in a little bit like why it's a little more challenging. Like, it's fun to be able to hunt with other people, and there's a lot more variety to choose from. You can stay in a hunt as long as you like, but there are some challenges, there are some disadvantages, and I'm going to show you what that means in a quick second as I exit out back to Ramsgate. And it does seem to load a little bit faster too, or maybe it's just my imagination. Maybe it really doesn't load faster. Maybe I'm just imagining things, and maybe I just want it to load faster. I don't know for sure. Okay, so here we are back at Ramsgate. So as you can see, my repeaters are level 16. And then I'm at Reforged. I've Reforged twice. So let me real quick collect my bounty here, because this will give me 25. It'll give me 1,000 weapon skill experience, which is very, very helpful. And then it'll also give me 25 combat merits. So once I claim this, this might get me over the top, and this might actually get me to level up my weapon. There it is. I'm at level 17 now. So that's real cool. The bounties are a lot more, I guess there are a lot more incentives to being able to do a bounty and fulfilling bounties, because they can give you some really good weapon experience. So with that, let's look at the hunts and see how they're divided up. So what's going on now is that the hunts are now divided like into levels like they were before. Every time you reforge your weapon, like once I hit level 20 and I reforge it, it's going to go back to level 1. And then on the bottom, it'll show that I've reforged it 3 times. So once it goes back down to level 1, because I'm in a weaker state, at level 1, I'll be able to go into these right here, these basic, I guess you could say hunts on the Shattered Isles. So the Emberthorn Cove is a level 1 to 2, and the Boreal Outpost is level 1 through 3. So once I get my weapon up to level 3, I can continue to progress all the way up the chart. And so I'll be visiting each of these islands at least once. And as I continue to reforge my weapon, it will get more powerful and more powerful. You know, and then eventually when I hit level, like right now I'm at level 17. So what that means right here is that anything in the light gray will be considered easy, and I'll still get experience, but I won't get as much experience as opposed to if I was in the green. The green will give me some full experience. The yellow will also give me full experience. It might even give me a little bit more experience, but for sure it will give me experience that's equivalent to the green. This bright silver will give me experience, but it'll be lower experience than the green. And if it goes down to where it says it's too easy, from what I can tell, you get no experience hunting in these areas where it says it's too easy. So if you're going to do a hunt and you want to kind of level up safely and you're planning on being by yourself, probably the bright silver or the bright gray areas are probably the best hunts for you to go on. Of course, you could also do it in the normal mode too. It just depends. Now here's the issue. You notice on here, before when we used to do patrols, we knew exactly who we were hunting, and it was always based on their element. Like for example, in Emberthorn Cove, you have the Lesser Embermane that you're going to be hunting. That's easy to plan against because all you have to do is put on your loadout that has basically a fireproof perk to it. And so anytime you won't take any fire damage. But right here, this is where it can kind of get a little dicey. Right here, if you go to this one, now there's two different types of behemoths that you can hunt against. The Boreas and then the Gnasher. Well, the Gnasher is neutral, so it won't really matter what you use because all of your elemental weapons will do some form of neutral damage, and then they'll also do some form of elemental damage. But if you're planning against Boreas, you want to plan against having being resistant to frost or freezing damage or anything like that. And so you would put on something that would give you like the warmth perk so that you'll be immune to frost or freezing damage or being frozen. And then this is where it gets really crazy. Now in this one at Revelation Rock, you now have 5 different behemoths that you're going to be hunting. You got a Lesser Boreas, you have a regular Boreas, then you have Gnasher, Lesser Gnasher, and Quillshot. What makes it fairly simple is that you got basically 3 neutrals and 2 frost behemoths. So you can still plan out and use your frost loadout and still do very well. Same thing goes with these. Once you start getting into the higher levels now, this is where it gets a little bit more crazy. You know, like for instance, in the Frost March, you got Pangar and Boreas. Those are straight up frost behemoths. You know, then you got that Spore-struck Charog, you know, which is different. It's a totally different element. It's a Terra. Then you got some neutral. You got a neutral behemoth with Quillshot, and then you got a Terra Skarn. And so now you have to figure out, well, am I going to plan out my loadouts to resist frost and cold, or am I going to plan my loadout to resist Terra type of attacks, like maybe poison and stuff like that? So now you have to figure out now I have to figure out what am I going to do and how am I going to plan my loadout? You know, because if I use one loadout that's based on a specific element, I'm going to be weak against other elements as a result. And then it gets just as crazy when you get even higher. Now you got like a Radiant on this one, like Brightwood. You have a Radiant Behemoth, you have a Blaze Behemoth, and you have a Terra behemoth that you have to deal with, and you have to figure out, okay, what loadouts am I going to use? What loadout am I going to use that's going to cater and defend or do well against these? Because I guarantee, unless you're able to really set your loadouts up very well, you're going to be weak against one of these behemoths, and you're going to take some, you could end up taking some serious damage and actually falling. And then it gets that way even with the Cold Runner key. You got Frost behemoths, you have a Radiant behemoth with Valamire, you have a Shock behemoth with a Shockjaw Nezaga, you know, and then you have a standard neutral behemoth with a Ragetail Gnasher. But this one, this neutral behemoth is a heroic, it's a 4-star. So it's, you have to plan these your loadouts out, and that's the challenging part, because if you plan out for just one element, you're going to be susceptible to damage with the other elements. Whether it's, if I plan out against Scrave, the Frost behemoth, then I'm going to be susceptible to Radiant attacks from Valamire, and I'm going to be susceptible to Shock with Shockjaw Nezaga. So it's a little bit more challenging to try and plan your loadouts. You know, the only thing that I can think of that would help me personally is right over here in my, not my equipment, but in my Slayer's Path. In my Slayer's Path, there is a little section on here about elemental resistances. Right here. Now, if I upgrade all of these tiers to their max, this will give me 5, 10, 15, this will give me 25% resistance to blaze attacks and to burning. So that might help a little bit with me being resistant and also being able to deal with burning if I'm up against a blaze behemoth. So it'll give me like this passive resistance. So I have to consider making sure that I raise up these resistances in all of these elements so that I'll be protected in the end. Yeah, so right now the only thing I've done is level 4 for blaze resistance, level 4 for for shock resistance, and then I'm only at level 3 for the frost, and then the rest of these I'm only at level 2. So I got to figure out and prioritize what's most important when I do this, and it just takes a lot of thought. So that's basically it. That's basically Dauntless Reforged in a nutshell. So I hope that you all enjoyed the video, and I'm going to get ready and close it out. I'm going to continue to do some gameplay and everything and see if I can get myself to level 18 on my weapon, because I definitely want to reforge it and be able to get that 3% movement speed. And then once I max everything out on my weapons, oh, this is where I'm at right now. I forgot to show you this. So here, if you look in the upper right hand corner, at level 17 reforged twice, my power, my weapon power is 480, and my resistance, or what my armor level would have been, is also 480. In the previous version of Dauntless, my weapon power was much more stronger. I'm talking like I was doing like 700 power, 700 armor resistance. So because we all ended up starting all over, and now we're trying to reforge our weapons, it will gradually, as you continue to reforge your weapon, it will gradually grow to that maximum state where you'll be hopefully close to 700 power like it was before. But that's after reforging it how many times? You know, 5, 6, I think it's 5 times or 6 times. I'm not quite sure, but we'll see how it goes. So that's basically it. I will do some more gameplay with you all another time. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you all again real soon. Hi viewers, remember to subscribe, like the video, comment, and click on the little bell to receive notifications of future content. Have a good one.